What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. We got some Ultra League battles for you in this one, where I put together a kind of cool team of Gyarados Double Steel featuring my shiny Lucario in the back. The IVs are not great, I know, on my shiny Reggie and my Lucario, but they are shiny. They do get that shiny damage bonus. Just kidding, that doesn't exist. But we get some style points, and we're going to see how this team is able to perform. Strategy kind of simple, right? Gyarados, kind of that anti-fire, anti-fighter, which provides some nice coverage and a complement to Reggie and to Lucario. We know Reggie is so OP that it makes a very nice safe swap. Can really hold its own even in bad matchups. And now we're in a weird spot. We probably should have safe swapped our Reggie here. I didn't realize how much these counters were going to destroy our Lucario. So we're only going to get to one move. Our opponent correctly shields. Very well done by them. And now this is looking real sketchy because this Escav has energy. And I'm thinking, how the heck am I going to win this? And I might actually get outpaced here to the next drill run. So I'm actually willing to tank the first one because I don't know what's in back yet. So I tank it on the chin. They swap in their shieldless Walrein. I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is still possible. So they got some energy. I know I need to land a move with my Reggie onto their Escav. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try and bank a move and then go Gyarados. But I also don't want the Escav to farm me down. So I actually paused there for a brief second. Did one less Dragon Breath. Walrein takes me out, and I have the move loaded for the Escavalier. So a nice little endgame there. Really good lead for us. Kind of a scary backline because we had to stay in with our Gyarados with the Giratina, and then it made the Escav really dangerous. But we get the dub. Another Giratina. This time they swap in a Scrafty. And this is where we need to see the Scrafty. So once again, they safe swap something that we just have to stay in. Which is, once again, a little bit scary because our backline struggles against Giratina. Especially Shadow Claw Giratina. Dragon Breath not as much, but Shadow Claw is pretty bad for both of our back Pokemon. Get off an Aqua Tail here. I actually grab a shield. And I'm actually going to shield again, hoping he doesn't bait here. We are able to shield foul play. I was pretty confident I could Dragon Breath down before another foul play. He does get to a move, but I'm hopeful this is just a power-up punch. And it is just a power-up punch. That's great for us. What is going to come in? Ninetales. And this was a mistake. I should have swapped the Lucario. I'm like, oh my god, why did I do this? I definitely should have swapped the Lucario here, because he probably swaps his Giratina anyway. Not for sure. I guess in retrospect, if he had stayed in with Ninetales, that might have been a little tough. But I think swapping the Lucario is still the correct play. I swapped in my hard counter, and now his Giratina is going to be able to chunk away. And here's a bit of a high-level play. Normally, you don't want to go over 100 energy, right? But I know my switch clock is going to be up first, since I switched first. And this way, I'm able to make sure I get off this crunch on the Giratina, and I have energy on my Reggie. So now we're looking pretty good, but still not out of the woods yet. Because that Ninetales is still pretty dang healthy. And it's going to win CMP here against my Registeel. Goes for the Weather Ball. Doesn't do much. And now can Reggie still get to another move after this one? Because this is not going to quite KO. Oh, they shielded. My bad. Just going for the Focus Blast. Just wanted to make sure I get it off first. Land the Blast. Come in Lucario. Get the counter down. And should be good here. Yeah, Giratina didn't have that much energy. So we had it, and our opponent concedes. G to the G. Next opponent, Gyarados into Walrein. So not great for Gyarados. We have two better answers, so we're going to swap Reggie. Reggie does get to this first Zap Cannon before Walrein, so if you're even energy, Reggie Walrein, and the Walrein gets to a move first, before you, you know it's definitely an Icicle Spear. I already was able to debuff it, so I'm actually willing to tank the Earthquake. And I'm getting off another Zap Cannon here. I'm putting the pressure on Walrein. Get the second shield. Very nice. At this point, I'm already up 2 shields, and I know how dangerous my Lucario is with shield advantage. So I'm actually willing to just take my double shield advantage. Come in Lucario, and he swaps a Drapion. And this is not a good matchup for Drapion. And I'm just thinking, oh boy, this may be a Lucario sweep. I'm just going to keep ramping up. Just punch, punch, punch. Buff my attack. And hope for the best. And once I start to ramp up with this Lucario, man, there's not a whole lot of things that want to get in its way. And with that Shadow Ball coverage, even Ghost types, right, are not going to like that matchup too much. I do decide to shield a Crunch. What is going to be in back? I can't imagine they come in with Walrein and it's a Drifbloom. And I just decide to overfarm a little bit, knowing he's probably going to try and catch the Shadow Ball. And Walrein doesn't have that much energy. Man, look how much that pup is doing now. To a pretty tanky Pokemon. We shield the Spear. I know I can counter down here and come out with a Shadow Ball. I'm double boosted, triple boosted. And my opponent concedes, knowing the Shadow Ball would one-shot. Gyarados into Swampert. Very good lead for us. This is where we really need to see the Swampert, right? Either we see it in the lead or we lure it out with Reggie. Otherwise, Swampert's going to wreak havoc against this back line. I decided to call that as just a Hydro. It was just a Hydro. Opponent firing them off in quick succession, and this shows you just how good Shadow Swampert is, man. Like, this is supposed to be a terrible matchup for it, but those 2 Hydros immediately put me really low. Looks like I got a CMP tie here, which is pretty nice for me. I land it. Swampert survives, but I'm actually okay with this because this is low enough for me to lock on down the Swampert and give me a head start with my Reggie. So even though my opponent took switch advantage, I'm okay with that because I figured this is likely his best Reggie answer, since Swampert's a pretty hard counter to Reggie. And I'm going to go for the Focus Blast here. I could Zap, but I decide just going to Blast, make sure I get it within Blast range. Debating whether I want to shield or not. Since I am ahead energy, I do decide to shield. Overfarming just a tad, perhaps to throw him off, perhaps to be cognizant of a catch. Debating whether I want to shield once again. I decide to let it go, and then I'm going to go straight into my Lucario, up a shield. Talon comes in, and you might think this is kind of weird. I actually pup the Talonflame here. And the reason is I know my Shadow Ball won't quite KO. So in order to make sure it does, I pup first. And now I'm going to be able to reach this Shadow Ball before their second Flame Charge, which will KO. And by the time Registeel would get to a move here, it would be so low. It would probably just get locked on down. So opponent concedes. And the Gyarados double Steel Team putting in work. Oh, this game, I got some messages in my recording or something, which messed it up. So I think it starts mid-battle. Sorry about that. Trevenant is kind of tough for this team. You actually prefer to see it in the lead, or if you can like lure it out with Reggie. Reggie doesn't do that bad, straight Zap Cannon, but it's definitely not the most comfortable Pokemon to deal with for this team. So Gyarados gonna have to take it to the 2 shields usually to win this matchup. So my opponent is up a shield. I safe swap my Reggie, which should do well here, but also this Skuntank has access to Flamethrower, which is gonna hurt. Heating up. Gonna get off a Zap Cannon here. I think Drapion's at 3 Poison Stings. And we actually get the last shield, so that makes me feel pretty good. Because I'm pretty sure I can get to a Focus Blast here before the Drapion gets to a second Crunch. Once again, maybe could have gotten to his Zap, just making sure I get off the move first with the blast. And Drapion over-farming like a madman, and I'm actually able to catch on my Gyarados, which is actually really good, because now I can come in with Lucario, counter all the way down, and just take these moves and put the Skuntank in range of a move from Reggie. And the Skuntank, right, with the poison jabs, not going to be able to poison jab me down. It's going to have to throw a move at some point. And sooner rather than later, because these counters are starting to add up. And I actually win a CMP tie here, which is definitely going to seal it for us. Doesn't quite KO, but that's like 1 or 2 lock-ons for Reggie. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. A little off, but Reggie able to lock on down for the win. Gyarados, Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen, kind of tricky for this team, right? Especially when all shields are up. This is not that great for Gyarados because, as we know, Shadow Nidoqueen, just one of the most oppressive Pokemon in the game. Such crazy damage that is just so spammy and adds up so quickly. So we actually get the shield, and then we go straight into Lucario, knowing that they can only threaten us with Earth Power. And this was not enough for an Earth Power, so I'm able to call this Fang. In comes Gira. I figure because he's down a shield already, he's probably not going to want to commit his second shield so early. So I land the Shadow Ball. Opponent knows he can tank it since these counters are double resisted. Hits me with the Dragon Claw. It doesn't look like I'm going to get to a Shadow Ball, so I just go for like the I don't know, like 5 damage that this pup does, if that. I come in with Reggie here, and this is kind of a nice play in my opinion, because my Gyarados you would think to come in, but this way I can tank the energy on my Reggie, versus Gyarados couldn't really tank 2 Dragon Claws from this range. And now we swap in Gary. We get off the Aqua Tail. Is the Nido gonna commit its last shield here? It is not. It's gonna let it go. We still have both of our shields. What's in back? It's a Scrafty. Not good for us. And I'm like, oh man, I don't think I live this. I don't even live the pup. If I somehow live that pup, honestly, no. Living the pup probably wouldn't matter. But because the opponent wouldn't shield it. And now I'm at the point where I'm getting low, so like I have to shield power-up punches, which kind of stinks. But I'm not giving up yet, and my opponent makes a mistake here. I'm pretty sure he could have gotten off a pup there and gotten my last shield, but he overfarmed. I Focus Blast. And now it's just going to be a race here. He doesn't have that much energy. Can we get to the Focus Blast? We do! And we're able to Focus Blast the Ghost Dragon with minimal HP. I think our opponent actually had that game and either got greedy overfarming, or maybe they were trying to catch and they just mistimed the catch. They lost track of how much energy I had. So that could be. Maybe they were trying to catch just for like the emphatic dagger of a win for me. Trying to like show up Rise. But we're able to steal that one. So a really nice run there with this team. If you guys watched me on stream yesterday, I was struggling. I was mad struggling in Ultra League. I was trying different teams and I dropped like 200 elo because nothing was working. I was getting hard countered a lot and I was making some pretty bad misplay. So combination of not getting very good matchups with teams and also a couple games here and there that I definitely probably should have won if I played better. But this team was able to find some success later on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Comment down below. All comments are appreciated. Subscribe if you are new. And all that said, thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.